We had all decided in advance that Danny and I would be in the delivery room and cut the umbilical cord. On April 7th, 2008, we stood by her side as she pushed, focused, and present throughout the delivery. When our son was lifted into the air, covered in vernix and blood, squeaking and gasping his way into the strange new world, our entire relationship with our birth mother had culminated in and was defined by this single instant of polar opposites. At the exact same moment that we wanted to jump through the roof in celebration, she stared silently at the ceiling in mourning. Our greatest gift was her greatest loss. In the same room, at the same time. Respect was paid to both. That is what the entire 6 weeks had been, a balance of respect. She had requested that the baby be placed on her chest so she could have a private moment with him. We left the room and stood in the hallway. It was cold and white and 1,000 miles away. Every second in which mother and child could potentially bond was an eternity. Danny took my hands and wisely said, "We will have our son forever, and we should give her as much time as she needs." A minute or so later, a faint, "Okay," came from inside, and we walked back into the room. She was holding our son, her son, our son, gazing him as a mother does. Then she took a deep breath and looked up and out at nothing in particular. Her jaw clenched as we watched her attempt to disengage. Her dark eyes darted to mine for a split second, and I knew that it was time. Danny and I walked to her bedside, and she lifted our little baby boy ever so slightly to meet my arms, her stare remaining fixed ahead. I cradled his tiny, swaddled body against my chest, and Danny and I backed out of the room whispering, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." A single tear tracked down her cheek as we left the room.